right, shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh Bahashim and Hawashai Bahashim. Rachahakwadash, double honor to the elders and apostles of the millstone. Who rule well, peace and blessing to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect. Shalom, Baruch Thumb. I'm gonna just title this lesson "Sterilized" because I was watching a clip earlier about how all of these women got online after the there's more of the meltdowns, but many of these women, we found out they actually went to go get procedures done to get fallopian tubes taken out, and there's all of these pledges to not have relations with men anymore. All right, and it got me thinking of the Gardenian Pact, what we would call it, which is the psychology, the demons that were on Eve when she partaken of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, which was basically Satan, basically falling into the philosophies of Satan, and how he got her, and the nature of how a snake takes you out. It's basically like a poison, where it's just a tiny sting on the front end, all right, and then all of a sudden you wait, and then you get woozy, you get groggy, and then you're passing out, and it doesn't take effect right away, but when it does take effect, you can't really do anything about it. By the time you get lightheaded and get blurry vision, you're pretty much out of there, unless somebody can come along and notice and rescue you. You're out. And that's how Satan gets down, and that's how he got into the minds of these women, because now what are they doing? They're taking themselves out. All right, it took a while for it to set in, but now they're doing it, and that's why the analogy of the serpent is so good, because this is exactly how he gets down. This is how he took down Gad. All right, how did he take down Gad? He had this Thanksgiving just passed by. What did he do? He promised them nice things, man, but it wasn't really a gift. He injected them with poison. He introduced things like alcohol. He showed them, hey, this is a technology that we got over here, this and that, and before you know it, he spoiled you. And that's really these women. So if you got these women out here talking about how they're not going to deal with men, and they're doing it of their own volition, all right, meaning they're willingly doing it, then you already got these women in the trick bag, man. It's no different than the thing he tried to give you in 2020, all right, where it was under the guise of something nice, where we're just trying to protect people, this is gonna save lives, and this, that, and the third, and then all of a sudden now look at what's going on. People are dropping dead, and quietly people know now in the year 2024, even the people that took it, man, people know now that it was a bad idea. Now they can't come out and say it because they took it and they fell for it, so they feel either embarrassed or they're scared to say something about it because there's other people that don't want to be reminded of the mistake that they made. And then you got some bug out that are just still gung-ho. Yeah, every now and then I'll see a nigga that still got a mask on, riding in his whip, and that just shows you the how deep it goes, man. When somebody infects you with a poison, it goes, or into a venom, I should say. As a venom goes into the blood, a poison gets ingested into your digestive system. You eat it or drink it. All right. When somebody injects you with venom, man, it goes through the bloodstream, and it goes throughout the entire body. Okay, and that's exactly what we're seeing, and so we're gonna see a giant crash. All right, and the pump of this place is through, man. I was gonna do a lesson 2 earlier, or even now I may still do it, about how Christians are getting ready to crash out in the same way, because they drink the Kool-Aid. They thought America was going to be some positive beacon of light, but somehow end time prophecy just don't affect them. See, this is why these Christians they believe you know, in Jesus, all right, they'll say they believe in the end times, but then they'll be pro-American. Well, how could you be that, knowing the history of America, knowing what's going on, knowing how they get down? They'll just ignore all kind of evil and wickedness, man. You know, because they drank the same Kool-Aid, man. It's that poison, you know. And so what happens when you're sterilized? That means you're basically are dead. You know, if you don't have the ability to produce more life. All right, and that's how Esau wants us. The scriptures say he let us cut them off from being a nation. You know, why is that? Because that the power of a people is in their ability to reproduce. And when he took women and he weaponized them and he turned them against you and gaslit them and told them all of this nonsense, that they don't need you, that they can do this, they can destroy their bodies, they can destroy their mind, okay? They can destroy their reputations, and then they'll be rewarded for it. Well, he spoiled them, man. All right, he turned them against you. So now reproduction is at an all-time low in volume. Just overall, it's down. All right, and then you look at the quality of people that are being produced. What is it, man? It's degeneracy. All right, like the Lord said, how have you become a strange degenerate vine unto me? You know, that's the question America should be asking. You know, in the 50s, man, everything was all good. You know, they were living good. They were having all kind of prosperity. The dollar was booming. You know, the nations weren't bucking up against them as much. You know, everybody wanted to come to America. Now, when people are coming to America, it's to take something and go back to their country. You know, right? They're not coming here for the better life. If they get here and see what 40 hours a week is going to get them, they're like, oh, hell no, man. Because, see, people think along in terms of dollars. You know, they get caught up on dollars, or the dollar value is higher. But if you had to live here, well, everything costs more. And so when you break it down to how many hours a week you got to work, they go, wait a minute, this is not better. Like, yeah, the dollars in my bank account are higher, but, you know, I still got to work 50, 60 hours a week. I still got to work 2 jobs to get basic things. And so what people are doing is spoiling America. They're taking that strong perceived value of the dollar and they're bringing it back to their country, man. All right? Well, a 40-hour work week, it may be $10 for them, okay? But if they work 40 hours over here, they can bring home $300-400, you know? So America is being spoiled because the downfall of it started pretty much after World War II. All right, after Esau dropped that nuke, that completely changed the spirit of the earth. All right, and all of these nations came up under Esau. They became afraid of him and subjected underneath him. And he's been gathering more power and beefing up his hegemony ever since, but at a loss. You know, so while he's trying to gather everything up, you know, it's kind of like a bad habit that I have. I'll try to get all the groceries out of the car with one hand, you know. But if the more you add into that one trip, the more likely you are to drop everything, you know. And this is what Esau done. And you read Habakkuk the 2nd chapter. He's gathering unto him all people, and so the covering cast that the scriptures speak about is wearing off. You know, it's all wearing off, and basically Americans are pretty much, you know, they're pretty much done, you know. And so when the covering cast finally gets lifted off of this place, it's kind of like that woman, you know, speaking on the topic of sterilization, it's kind of like a woman that does the procedure, but then at a certain age, you know, at 30 or whatever, you know, you get that what they call baby fever, you know, but you've already done something irreversible to yourself. Like these procedures they're getting, those are irreversible, man. You know, you're not gonna be able to have kids again. And a lot of people don't know, going and getting the abortion, that causes sterilization as well. You know, especially if you get multiple of them. You know, but then they're gonna panic and realize this is the end of my bloodline. I will never have kids, and all panic is gonna set in. All All right, that's what's getting ready to happen to America. You know, people are waking up now realizing the American dream never existed. You know, so I'll bring up the topic of sterilization that these women are on because it's just a microcosm of what's happening at large. You know, and the Lord has done this very masterfully, man. All right, you couldn't really see the whole plan. It just looked like, and if you was born in the 80s, you was, you know, Esau was just winning and winning and winning. His property values going up and up and up, and you're in the middle of the crack age, you know. And it seemed like, you know, well, damn, this nigga is just going, you know. But the Lord was setting him up, you know. It says, though he reached into heaven, I will bring him down, man. You know, the Lord speaks about bringing down the pomp, you know, bringing the pomp of these people down low. You know, the Lord takes pleasure in bringing down the proud, man. All right. And so this is what has been occurring. You know, this pride is basically a big ass trick bag because the Lord got you to feel good about everything that you've done, which was wickedness, and now he's even more justified in destroying you, man. Like the scriptures say in Job 20, when he's about to fill his belly, then sudden destruction is going to rain on him. And that's what these people are set up for. These sterilized women, all right, who did this intentionally, have no idea that they've been gaslit, they're brainwashed, their minds are gone, and then they're going to wake up, man. It's going to be reality. Like if you watch that movie Bushwick, you'll know what I'm talking about. Reality is going to set in really quick, all right, real quick. And then guess what? Guess who's going to be the antidote? Guess who's going to be the VACCINE in that day? Real men. And the only real men that are going to be left are going to be the elect men, because the mighty men, scriptures already have said that they're going to either bitch up, they're going to die in war or famine or whatever else. You know? So, you know, all that to say, Isaiah 4:1 is near, man. You know, these sterile women are stay away from them, number one. You know, you should be able to know or kind of look at a woman and tell if she's off or not, man. The septum ring, you know, that's a telltale. Your antenna should be up right away on that one, you know. Anyway, I'll end it there. Lord willing, this is edifying. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashimi Hawashai Ba'ashim Rakhafadah Shalom. On to the next.